This is how I'm starting my day. Putting some weed and feed down, getting rid of those nasty weeds. Check that out. This is for our fire pit. It's gonna be going down there. I hear a plane. There he is. See if I can zoom in on this. Maybe. Check that out. Ooh, can I get him going like through this cloud maybe? Oh, it's not gonna be close to it. Wow. Probably looking down at us. He's like, look at those guys in the driveway down there.
They're living in a crumb.
Speaking of crumbs, do you see the crumbs on my grass here? It's gonna kill off all those weeds. What's the big events at school today? What's happening?
Nothing's special.
Nothing?
Alex hasn't been back, so we can't make a play. We have to have everybody there at the classroom to make our Play-Doh. Our own Play-Doh.
That's tough to do, to get everybody there.
Yeah.
Always something happening with people. There do be the bus. Oh, you are totally on my foot right now.
Love you.
Thank you for that. I love you too. Have a glorious day. Okay, weirdo. Got a turkey on out here. It's been making racket for like 10 minutes straight. It's broody. Garden's getting big. Speaking of garden, got a full packed day ahead of us here, including one item, which is topsoil coming in for the garden. That's gonna be right there, along with me working on this right here. Before we do all of our outdoor stuff out here, I have to go get my tires rotated on the Subaru, being that this seems to be gonna be a long-term investment for me. So let's go get some tires switched around in new spots. Do my tires look rotated? Can you tell? Can you tell? Probably not, but it's definitely one of those things you should do every once in a while. Keep your tires rotated and your oil changed, and your car will last you a much longer time than otherwise. And it'll save you a lot of money on tires because they ain't cheap. As we roll back in, I see my next job sitting here waiting for me. I'm actually excited about it. It's a great day to have a great day. I got a little strategic out here. Got these black things that kind of line up my stones there. Look at me pointing. I'm like the worst weatherman ever. Lining up my stones, got these 3 sides lined up. I got to put 9 more down that way. Got to put 10 more on that side. Then we have to do another side like this. It's going to be a hexagon. I like these interesting shapes out here. So that's, I don't know, what is that? You tell me. And then we got a circle over here. When you fly over our house, you look at it on Google Maps or whatever, you're going to see some really cool angles and stuff like that. I'm into the angles. We got a rectangle down there with the chicken yard. So I'm gonna now carry 38 more of these blocks down here from the driveway and get my workout in for the day. And then ultimately we're gonna have like this really cool fire pit area. This is what I gotta move. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. The last one we did was a lot more than this. That's what was on that pallet right there. It was a lot, but I had helper on that one. This is a solo rolo gig. I got some lining up to do, but all of my stones are out there looking real nice. Just came in for a little bit of a lunch break, which is now consumed. Also, had some peanut butter, and we are getting very close to Roxy's favorite day of, I don't know, the month, 2 months. That is empty peanut butter jar day, but we will give her her sampling here as she drips all over the floor. You gotta control yourself, Bear. Oh man, look at those grays on her eyebrows. You're really starting to get gray. Just like us all. Just like us all. Okay, so you got your little sampling there. I almost put that back in the peanut butter jar. Don't do that. Don't put it back in the peanut butter jar. I'm gonna give this a little toss out to the turkey-ons because they love it. Here we go. I actually just got a phone call from the guy that's coming to put some topsoil down for us. I'm gonna see if he can back the truck right down there into the garden, and hopefully I don't have to haul anything. So he's on his way, and I'm gonna go back out and try to, what window we use in here? I'm gonna try to get those all lined up real nice for my hexagon. One other little thing I'm gonna do before I go back out, I've got these are supposed to be white. They're white leggings. You might think that they're tan, they're white. I'm gonna do my little trick where we take these out. I'm gonna put some peroxide in here and then sit them in the sun for this afternoon. See if we can brighten these bad boys up. You can even do it to gray as well, like these ones right here. See how that one is looking tannish as well? You can throw those in there. I'm gonna do an all white load right now just to see how it goes. This is like my first time that I'll hopefully be able to successfully do this. I watched some videos, YouTube, the crazy things that you find on there. I'm gonna do that with these, and hopefully they all come out looking like more like this than like, oh God, that. Either that or I'm just gonna throw them away. I haven't actually cleaned these or anything. I just gave them a quick rinse off in the sink, but I did want to show you this brick right here that obviously had another brick on top of it. On the one side, the other side got exposed to light, and you can see the difference in what happens. It must have been a plate on there. Pretty wild. Let's get our peroxide action happening. We're just gonna pop that off and start dumping. I'm just gonna use like all my peroxide. I wonder if I should not have so many because a lot of them are gonna be underneath the other ones. Sugar Shack. Put them right there. Let them sit. So this will be my before, and we'll come back later, do the after. With my side Lego project underway, I'm back out to the grind. I'm gonna try to straighten out all these lines, get this looking real nice. This right here is kind of where our fire pit's gonna be in the center, and it allows for so much space out here. I think it's gonna be great. But these lines, no bueno. That is, it's just hand put in. I wanna straighten this all. I had to make sure everything was gonna intersect first, so that was kind of important, but we gotta get her straightened out here. Good news is I got everything lined up. Bad news is Math Greg failed at life. I didn't write anything down. I came out here one morning when I did my reorder, and I was like, I need 2, 4, 6, 8. And I did the math on the back end of this, but I didn't account for the transition stones. So we have 1 stone missing there and 1 stone missing there. And it's one of those things that you would never notice. Like I could just scrunch that in a little bit and there would just be 17 stones on this corner, 19, 19, 19. No one would ever notice except for me. It'd be in my mind, and I'd be like, every time I look out here or look at that, I'd be like, it's 2 stones short. So I accounted for the 2 stones now. I'm gonna have to go to Lowe's and get those, which, I could shop at Lowe's every day because there's always something that I need there. It's weird how as a kid you go to toy stores, and as an adult too, really. Let's just be honest. But as an adult, like Lowe's becomes your toy store. You're like, oh, I could use that. I could get that. I need bolts. I need a screwdriver. I need box cutters. That's life. So I do need 2 of those more, which is just icing on the cake, I suppose. But I have my next part of this operation going on, and I'd like to show that to you now. What I've done is take my tape measure all the way across the center point here. As you can see, these are the transition stones that I was talking about. Every side has one of those except for those 2. Don't look over there. We got a transition stone here, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. So I'm gonna take this center line, and this is 25 feet. So at 13.5 feet, which happens to be right here, this is where the center of the fire pit's going to be. This very moment, I just realized that Math Greg is at it again. I just did the half of 25 and determined that to be 13.5. What? 12.5, right? 12.5. Jeez Louise. So, oh my gosh, am I gonna have to redo this? I've got my line going this way. Does it even matter? Just put the darn thing in. I want this thing like exactly centered for some reason, even though this is like an imperfect hexagon, because obviously I didn't measure like the angles on the corners. I just kind of made sure everything met. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do some big brain thinking here, and I'll be back with you once all the smoke clears and we have this thing centered up here on where the center of our fire pit's going to be. Actually, it looks like I just got saved by the topsoil guy. Could fit through there? Or you think it's too much of a...
That's gonna be real tight, and if I slip at all on the hill, I'm gonna hit something.
Thought I would check. I wasn't sure how big the truck was gonna be.
Yeah.
I'll put a tarp down here if that's okay.
Yep.
And that'll get us pretty close at least.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna sit that for now. We're gonna go back to our other project. What I've determined from this is that it really doesn't matter where the center point is in terms of measurements. It's where these 2 planes cross, where this one crosses that one without the wind blowing. Make things a lot easier. That's where I want the center of this to be. Just heard a crack down here in the woods. I'm ready for one of these trees to fall over into my yard. As far as I'm concerned, that's the center. Just did a little bit of stone sliding and I got kind of a base for our fire pit. It's gonna be 48 inches wide, so I just went around this with 24 inches all around, and this is where the fire is going to be. Problem is I have all these extra stones left over, but I'm going to worry about this after. These are not the type of stones that are going to be going in here. I'm going to be using these white marble chips that are wonderful, but maybe I can use these for something. I just have to like find a place to put them. This pallet right here is our fire pit. If I rip this off, you can see the materials for it are under here. Man, that's going to be a heavy mother. I think I'm going to end up feeling this tomorrow, but I got a good start here. And here's what we got left. It's kind of cool because it's sort of down below here. It's already built. This is what it's going to look like, where you take these blocks. There's 4 that go around. Hopefully you can hear me. Whoa, my hat! It goes around there and interlocks like Lego. The wind's been getting a little crazy out here. My hat turned into a kite. I'm going to keep working. Just wanted to give you an update, because sometimes I do things and I'm like, oh crap, I should have shown some of that. Well, this is it. Fast forward a whole lot of carrying later, I got a fire pit. Almost forgot about my other operation I have out here. Let's take a look at our pieces. They're getting there. Feel like they're lightening a little bit. Give them a nice swirl in there. Swoosh that around. I'm also doing this sail too. I'm gonna see how that works. We got a little bit of shade there. Let's take them down here. Put them right out there in that direct sunlight. That'll be good. Speaking of being good, I don't have any shoes on, so I'm just gonna walk down here. But I want to show you. Did a little bit of reworking on the fire pit, and I think I got it really nice. I'm really happy with how it looks. All we have to do now is kill all this grass in here and get rid of all those stones somehow, and then sprinkle our marble chips in here, and it's just gonna be so nice. It's gonna be ready for this weekend. I'm excited. We'll see how this looks in a few days. Put a big G out here. GW, Greg's World. That'd be kind of funny. But I'm hoping to kill all this off. I already did it once. There's a little bit of weed killer left in here, so I thought, you know what? Let's make sure it's doubly dead. Doubly dead. Doubly do. Doubly dead. Okay, I'm done. And that is too. It's pooched, just like this video. Hope you enjoyed coming along with me on this journey in this. And stay tuned for more updates, because this isn't done yet. Not even close. Oh man.
Get back up here.
Should have known. There's a dirt pile.
Which means a ramp pile.
Ramp pile. I'm actually hard at work right now. Taking dirt down. Wheelbarrow by wheelbarrow full. Here comes the truck. Oh boy.
Here, scoop my truck.
That went about as good as I expected it. I'll put them down in the garden. Here we go.
No.
I'm kidding. We were doing some good jumps and stuff earlier. I should have probably filmed it, but we were in the moment. Just enjoying it. Oh boy.
I'm gonna die.
He's gonna flip. You better get going. Can he survive it? Oh, he made it out. Let's go. Woo!
It does not like when you go really fast and then you brake, so you just flip it over.
I know.
I didn't have much to come with that.
Do you want to trade jobs? Here, you take this. I'll take that. All right, stay tuned. Lots more dirt action to come, baby.